Welcome to the Let Good Things In show. I'm your host, Amanda Acker. I am so happy you are here. At the Let Good Things In show, we talk all about second chances, resiliency, following your intuition, and even music. Listen to hear stories of hope and to be inspired. Remember, you are stronger than you think. Let's dive in. Hi, my amazing humans. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm so excited and honored to have our guest, Magriets, on the show today. She is the founder of Write and Shine PR and Media Coaching. She is a certified MLP life coach as well as a public relations specialist. She has 20 years of experience in her field. She was a finalist in the EYO Business Entrepreneur of the Year competition through the nonprofit organization Word for Word RT Projects. She started from the ground up to uplift communities and inspire others. She now helps coaches and business owners through her coaching and consulting to not only get confidently noticed in the media and social media world, but to stand out in their industries as leaders in their field and to shine from the inside out. Welcome to the show.
Amanda, it's such an honor to be here with you. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, of course. So could you tell us a little bit about your story, where you come from and how you got to where you are today?
Oh my goodness, how much time do we have? Like, it's such a, we all get to a point in our lives where we definitely, for me personally, like there's so many things that's happened. So I'll tell you the short version is, for me, I didn't have a very easy background in terms of my childhood. I was adopted and, very, very challenging childhood, running away when I was 18 from home. But after that, literally, I think for me personally, I've always been in self-development and a bookworm, always learning and growing as I go along. So I got divorced. I was married to my son's father. I got divorced when he was 2. And then I started my nonprofit, Write and a Word for Word first. And then after that, this is absolutely the short version. I made a very big mistake in terms of a very bad abusive relationship. And I lost everything that I built up, through Word for Word, being a published author out there. So literally 2 years ago, I found myself with running away literally from someone with black bags and my son, for 9 months to go part-time and I'm full-time 3 months, bringing everything I can to the table to help others.
Wow, that's beautiful. Your story is one that, inspires me every day. I just need to tell you that. I just love seeing you sharing your truth with the world. I think it's so powerful. So could you tell us more about why you're so passionate about what you're doing now?
Oh my goodness, absolutely. For me personally, through the things that's happened to me, I've seen the impact you can make the moment you turn your pain into purpose.
Right.
And my passion is absolutely people like you, that also inspires me because we use our pain for purpose, and that's to help other people. And for me personally, I've been involved with PR. I studied it. I'm 44 now. I studied it when I was 19. So I've always been fascinated by public relations and marketing and all that stuff. And through the Word for Word nonprofit, I saw the power of media, how you position yourself, your brand story, everything. So my passion every day when I wake up is to help people really tap into their own story. There's so much healing in that, and to use that for purpose to help others. So my passion is just like I smile when I wake up in the morning to work with my clients and to meet new people.
That's beautiful. I know that the whole thing about turning your what was it? Tell me again.
Pain to purpose.
Pain to purpose. I always switch them. But anyways, turning your pain to purpose, like that's so powerful because so many times, as you know, we sit around and we feel so much shame and guilt based around, the things that we've experienced in our lives. But when you take a moment to kind of look at it you take yourself out of that pain and you'll see the purpose. And that's so powerful. And I think it's amazing that you're helping so many people across the world, like every country, be able to do that. That's wonderful. So can you tell me, I know you're starting up a new project where you're going to help teens. Can you tell us about that? I'm really intrigued by that.
I'm so excited, Amanda. I'm doing a networking event now very soon, and all the tickets are going towards that. And that's the Write and Shine Future Stars Academy, where the heart is to truly bring teens from around the world to give them the opportunity to learn from people, but also to tap into their stories. And really from a young age realize that you don't have to walk ashamed. I was so ashamed for many years being adopted, or running 2 years ago again. I found myself so ashamed for making a bad choice, or ashamed for being divorced. All that stuff was, and the things I name now are actually my pain points. That's now into purpose to help others. So that's my big passion, is to give dignity to teens around the world, to say, listen, but my story matters and I don't have to walk in shame. I can own it, because that's my biggest teacher at the end of the day.
Yeah, I love that. So you saying about like owning your story. So can you tell us a little bit about how you were able to own your story and then create your purpose in life?
Oh, I love that question. I basically, when I launched my new business, Write and Shine, in March, I did a pilgrimage, like a 50-kilometer walk.
Wow.
And I'm doing training on that now, but I had to walk that myself. And what happened is, I didn't plan for this, but I started in the town that I literally ran away to when I was 18.
Oh
So
wow.
my pilgrimage, I know you can't think this stuff out. Like it's, so I had to literally, I flashbacks, I had to walk in my own story, and I had to face myself and really just let go of a lot of lessons, a lot of hurt, a lot of things that I put on myself, imposter syndrome, not feeling good enough, all that stuff I had to say goodbye to, while walking in my story and owning every chapter. And I can honestly say that was the bravest thing I've done in my life so far, is to really own each chapter.
That's beautiful. I cannot believe you walked that far. How far is that in miles? Do you know?
I'm not sure. Sorry, we kilometers, but it was 3 days, and I really got
Wow.
badly burned. But what I did do, what was very symbolic. I'm a very symbolic person. So you take a rock with in the beginning, and that's your symbol. You take it to the end, and you throw away that rock at the end. So it's very symbolic.
Oh
And
wow.
then also, for the launch of my business, I started my company with 20 strategic people, in an online community of journalists and few business owners. So basically, when I walked, I think we were 1,000 something, or maybe less even on that stage. But I printed each name on a flag, and that represented their story. Your name is also on there, Amanda.
Oh, that's
Like you.
beautiful.
So that is very symbolic for me in terms of honoring stories, and I'm very passionate about PR, your PR story, who you are, your brand, your business. And that's what people resonate to. So that's me walking in my story now. And it's so much freedom in that.
Yes, there is. I know. Whenever you spend so much time kind of, I mean, I know for me, I hid my story. I didn't think that, I thought people would judge me and people would be like, "Oh, Amanda's a felon, so we don't like her." And I would get, essentially in my mind, I was going to get shunned from all the good people in the world. So I hid that. But once I let it out, like how you've seen as well, it was like, oh my gosh, I got embraced. Like nobody left. And those who did, they just weren't meant for me. And that's okay. Not everyone is going to love us. Not everyone's going to like us. And that's okay. But, you got to be able to
realize how powerful your story is and how you are going to get so much support. It doesn't matter. And your story is going to impact so many people. And I just love that you're helping. I'm going to say it again. I just love that you help people do that.
Oh, but that's, I think that's why we love each other's work as well. Like we just do the same, just on different platforms and different. But for me as well, to walk in your story is to write that letter to little Amanda, the younger Amanda. To say, you make choices, and that's for me as well. I make very bad choices.
Yeah.
It's just literally to give yourself grace and to embrace little Amanda in all of that, and just say, I'll never leave you again. Don't worry. Just learn from this now, Magriet. It's be wiser now. But it's literally owning it is to embrace it as well, the good and the bad.
Yes. Yeah. I had this conversation yesterday with someone, and she brought up how I always say your past doesn't define you. And she was like, well, actually, it does. And it made me rethink what I'm saying because, oh, wait a second. Like, yeah, it does define me, because without those experiences, I wouldn't have the story to share. And how powerful is that? How powerful is it to realize, like, my past is what brought me here to be able to help other people. That's beautiful. And I'm just like, how did I waste so many years, not telling, you think that you're doing the right thing, but all in all, the world is literally waiting for you. I say that all the time. The world is waiting for you, so.
Definitely. I tell my clients as well every day, like we sometimes are in a cocoon phase in our lives. And you
Oh,
can't push out too quick, before you become a butterfly. So I love seeing you how you're out of your cocoon now. You're a butterfly now.
hey, I have
So
that
we
tattooed.
know love it. But you are literally a butterfly now, and that's the thing when and that's the magical moment when we decide that our purpose is bigger than our pain.
Yes.
Because I said to my son, when I started writing Write and Shine, because this is such a from the ground up business, and I literally didn't have the money to start. So I had to think of my program and write it. But I said to him, if I don't do this, if I don't put, and I don't say skin in the game, I say my heart in the game.
Mm.
If I don't put it in the game, we're going to regret it, but that's that moment we choose to share our story and to get over ourselves, basically.
Right. Yeah. Yes, get out of your own head. That's it's so empowering to, I tell people too to write it out. How are you feeling? Like, why are you just get it out of your head because
Yep,
it's so powerful. And you don't, just writing it down is powerful. Then take it that next step and read it out loud to yourself, and you'll start to see, oh, wait, that's not true. Like, how valid are those thoughts in your head? And then once you're able to embrace that and be like,
yep,
yes, I am this. Yes, I have been, in toxic relationships. Yes, I have made really bad choices. Yes, I've done drugs. I've done these things. But when you look at it as a whole, like, that's what makes you the amazing human that you are today. Like, in every,
absolutely.
so yeah.
And we all have the choice, I don't know if you saw my podcast interview with Vince where he was Batman and I dressed like Superwoman.
Oh, I have not seen that.
That's the whole theme of that. I'll actually look it up and send it to you. Like, I literally was Batman, I was Superwoman. It's how we tell our stories. Like, you can either tell it from being a victim, or you can be Superwoman or Batman, superhero.
Right,
Because it's the same story, it's the same narrative, or you just change the narrative in terms of how you tell it. And
right,
I think that's where the power comes in. Because if I tell you, oh, I was divorced and it was so hard, like it's totally different. But now I can say, yes, I have, and it's not taking away the pain, but I'm telling it from victory. I'm telling it in my superhero suit. And I think that's the beauty of superheroes coming together in terms of telling our stories to help and inspire others.
Yes, I love that. Oh my gosh. Yes. Send me it. I'm going to put that in the show notes too for other people because that's wonderful. I love that. For those of you listening who don't know, we're talking about Vince Warnock. He is my coach and just one of the most amazing humans on the planet. So definitely connect with him if you're not. Um, but
I can definitely concur to that. He is one of the most amazing humans I know as well.
yeah, he's marvelous. That's great. Yeah, and then to the point of, you're a superhero. Like I love that. Like if you can, take that victim mentality that so many of us live in, I lived in it like that. Oh, like why did I have to go to jail? Why did this happen to me? Like why? All these questions. And but if I can go from now the superhero version, well, I overcame all that crap.
Hello.
Like I'm here to tell the world this story because if I can do it, you can certainly do it because I'm not this, outgoing popular woman out there, but I know that there's power in my story and other people need to see their power as well because it doesn't matter. Just start flipping the script, so to speak. I know that's a cliche, but flip the script. Flip it.
And only us can do it. Like, a few months ago, before I started Write and Shine, I absolutely, losing everything again. Like, I went through that whole phase of, oh my goodness. And then when COVID hit, it was a harsh reality for me as a single mom. And I don't have backup. This is it. Like, this is me. This is, this is it. But I'm but I'm so proud, and I'm so proud of my son, for his part in this as well, to really step up in terms of, I said to him, COVID can either, really make us very depressed and down, or we can look for the gold in it.
Yeah.
And it's been quite a journey to find beautiful golden moments like you guys, and but it's a switch, it's a flip that only us can do. How we see our stories, how we approach life.
Right. Yeah, that's powerful too. The whole pandemic thing. Like I don't really talk about it much, but you know, um literally when it first happened, it like rocked my world. I was like, well, what am I going to do? How am I going to make money? How am I going to survive? And then I changed it to, oh, wait, this is an opportunity. Now I can be online and meet people across the world. And I'm so grateful to have met you and Vince and others. And just, it opened up so many doors that if it wouldn't have happened, I never would have went that route, So it was a blessing in disguise, bittersweet, if you will. But yeah.
But once again, pain into purpose. It was and it's still painful. We are in lockdown 3 again, level 3.
Oh goodness.
So it's very hard. It's very tough. So that's what I say. We don't take away the reality and the tough, situation we find ourselves in. But that just makes me more determined to get more hope out there and to inspire more. I'm doing this for people out there need to hear the story of hope and that we can change our pain into purpose.
Yes, we definitely can. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about so I follow you on social and I saw that you went bungee jumping and you've done all these like incredible things. Like when I watched you bungee jump, I literally felt it. Like when you jumped, I felt my stomach went, ugh. So tell us about like why, the things that you do to face your fears and how that has empowered you as well through all of this.
Very good question. For me personally, I get comfortable very quick, like a comfort zone. So I literally once a year, I do something that scares me a lot, like the bungee jump. But it's a personal decision I made a few years ago. So people might think, wow, she's got. It's not like I cry before the time. I go through all the emotions, anger, denial. Why did I do this? I can't be doing this. And then you go, sadness. I'm not doing it. And then you go, okay, I'm going to do this.
Right.
But literally, since I've decided to do that, just one thing a year that scares me. I've done incredible things in terms of, an elephant encounter or, the bungee jump or the Camino this year. It literally, the list goes on and on and on. But it's absolutely because there's no growth in your comfort zone.
Right.
So for me, that's definitely the one thing I try to stick to once a year is to do something not like totally outrageous, but totally out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, I love that. So that's more of like embracing fear, because yeah, it has, it's something outside of you. Like for me, it's roller coasters. And I'm going to tell you, like, you inspired me. And
Oh,
I'm going to ride a roller coaster this summer. My husband doesn't know that yet, but it's going to happen. And I'm like
fantastic.
a big one,
Fantastic.
a big one, not like a little sissy one, like an actual, like,
You're
this
gonna love
scares
it.
the crap out of me roller coaster because I want to know that I can do that. I'm capable. I can embrace that fear. And yes, I'm going to be crying and screaming and telling my husband the whole time we're in line, no, I need to go underneath the rails and get out of here. We're not doing this. So,
But I always do things with symbols. So you can do that as the launch of something new that you embark on. So do it with meaning. Then you'll see it totally is a game changer as well. I don't really do things without a meaning personally for me behind it as well.
yeah, I love that. Yeah, I can definitely find a meaning. I think, for the roller coaster. But yeah, I'll definitely talk about it on social.
Exactly.
So tell us, you're such an inspiration. So tell people how they can connect with you once they've listened to this.
Please connect with me. I'm at Write and Shine through your PR and media Facebook, but I'm also Magriet Potgieter Facebook, so they're more than welcome to connect that way. Or my email address is, but I'll send all the information to you as well. Is Magriet Potgieter Life Coach at gmail.com. So feel free to reach out and tell your story.
That's beautiful. Oh, yes, everyone out there, please connect with her. She's very inspiring and does amazing things in the world. So to tie things up, could you tell the audience your number one tip for them to be able to let the good things into their lives?
Easy. Gratitude.
Mm,
Gratitude. I must say, it's a lifestyle to have gratitude. And I remember, like, I wasn't always like this, in terms of, say, for example, when I went through my divorce, I didn't think I'm going to make it, to be honest.
right.
And I also started with a life coach for the first time in my life. It's many years. My son was 2 and he's 14 now. And the life coach actually really helped me in terms of, the symbolism and that small stuff, but it's now incorporated in my own life. And gratitude is something he said, write down 5 things that you're grateful for every day. And literally for all, like I think 21 days for a new habit. And some days it went so bad. I promise you, like I could only make like a heartbeat. I couldn't write in words. I was so sad and broken. So I remember that it still chokes me up. I was so sad, but I did my heartbeat is one of the 5 things. So gratitude, definitely every day still.
I love that. Gratitude is so important. Yes, I definitely also am new to gratitude. And it really shifts your mindset. Like you can wake up sad, write down 3 or 5 things that you're grateful for, and you'll just know there's a shift, there's an energy shift when you do that. That's
100%.
so powerful.
And there's always something to be grateful for. But
Yes.
I'm grateful for this moment with you, Amanda.
Me
Thank you for
too.
being brave, for telling your story.
Yes, thank you so much for being on the show. And I just want to tell everyone out there, to remember that you're stronger than you think. And no matter what has happened in your life, you're worth having the life you imagine. I look forward to talking to everyone again soon. Make sure to hit subscribe or follow, and I will talk to you then.